So I'm using the Miro app. Okay, why is it useful is actually I can upload this PDF. So basically this is the Greendale secondary school paper. It's a PDF. So actually you can flip to page 2, page 3, and just you can flip to the another page. Okay, just you can flip to another page. Okay, and then of course then you can write your answers here, and then of course if you don't want to write your answers on the right, then you can actually drag, then you can write here. So it's easier for me to talk through the questions. Then I don't have to launch what PowerPoint. I don't have to launch the PDF also. Okay, good. So they have all the tools here already. Okay, good. So for the page 1, okay, let's talk about the questions that you don't know how to do first. Which question you don't know how to do? Probably paper two. Start from paper 2 at the back. Start from the back first.
Question 7, not from paper 2, from paper 1.
Okay. Okay. Okay, question 7 I think is inequality. Yeah, it's an inequality question. Okay, so I can actually zoom in a bit. Okay, question 7, right? So question 7, okay, so first thing first, 7a, you know how to do?
7, no.
7a is x bigger or equal to -3, right? So with the minus sign, so what you need to do? With can you see from here, from your side or not?
Yeah.
So if you have a minus sign here, what you need to do?
Put it at the back.
Okay, so what is the difference between x bigger or equal to -3 versus x bigger than -3? What's the difference between these two?
That means x is either equivalent to -3 or
Uh-huh.
bigger than -3,
Mhm,
but
mhm,
x,
mhm,
that thing without the line, -3, it means it can only be bigger than -3.
Yeah. So when you represent it on a number line, how do you differentiate these two? If you represent this, both of this inequality on this number line, how do you don't know how to you don't know how to represent inequality?
No.
Okay. So you have a 0. This is your number line. So can you see number line, right? So you have a 0 here. Actually, they define the 0 for you. So that means on the right hand side of 0 is
1.
So you give them some points. Okay. So what about here?
-1.
So I highly recommend you to use a ruler. Okay. So that your space out is the same. Okay. Over here is not very accurate. Can you tell it's not very accurate?
Yeah.
It's not very accurate. So I highly recommend you to use a ruler. So make sure that probably if this is 1 cm, right, make sure the subsequent gap is also 1 cm. Over here is slightly off. Okay? So if you have a ruler, please measure. Okay? So once you indicate the I call these numbers on the number line already. So what's the next step? What's the next step for this x bigger or equal to -3? You really don't know, or you have forgotten? Or you have forgotten?
I don't know.
Can you admit you have forgotten? Okay? -3. Where's -3?
There.
So if it's -3, locate -3. But in this case, like I say, in this case is bigger and equal. So bigger and equal, you still remember solid dot and hollow dot? So solid dot for what? Hollow dot for what?
Solid dot.
Solid dot is for what? Hollow dot is for what? Or hollow circle is for what? Solid dot means the number -3 is included. So in this case, -3 is included or not included? Included because there is an equal sign, right? The equal sign actually tells you, oh, -3 is included. So that's why I use a solid dot. Okay? Make it more pronounced, more noticeable. Okay? Then after that, bigger. Bigger is left or right?
Left.
Bigger means left.
Not right.
That's it. That's how you represent. That's how you represent your this x bigger or equal to -3. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So how do you represent x bigger than -3? Huh? How do you represent? So this one done already. How do you represent this one now?
Put hollow circle.
Put a hollow circle right above -3. Make it more noticeable. Okay? And then bigger, right? Left or right?
Right.
Right. Okay? So this is x bigger than -3. This one is x bigger or equal to -3. Are you clear?
Yeah.
So I will say 2 steps. Okay? Given the number line, the first step is identify the value. Okay? That you need to represent. Okay? With an equal sign, solid. Okay? Solid circle. Without the equal sign, empty circle. Right? Then bigger on the right. Smaller, point to the left. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? Good. So that's how you score 1 mark here. Then what about here? You need to solve first, right?
Yeah.
Actually, they ask you to solve. They never ask you to represent. So how do you know how to solve?
Both
Mm.
both numbers times a negative number,
Mm-hmm.
and then switch the sign.
Correct. Okay? So you remember the rule, which is very good. So in this case, what you need to do, you want to get x, right? How do you get x actually?
Times -3.
You times -3, negative times -3 is -9.
Oh.
不是吗? Okay, you times -3. You times -3. You times -3. Use your calculator. I don't understand why you need to times -3. You use your brain or you use your calculator. But anyway, if you use your brain, -3 times -3 is 9. Do you want 9?
No.
What do you want?
X.
Yeah, x. So how do you get x?
So I didn't have a calculator. I didn't bring mine.
Hey, you times or divide? You don't make. This is a super simple question. Like, oh, I have -3x. I want to get x. You tell me times.
Divide.
If you times, what do you get?
9.
Does it make sense?
No.
Then, what you should do? No, just tell me what you should do.
Divide.
Divide by.
-3.
If you divide by -3 on the left, divide by -3 on the right. So what do you get?
1 and
1.
yeah. X and -5.
Okay. So do you need to switch the sign or no need?
Switch the sign.
Why?
Because divided by a negative number at both sides.
Correct. So just now is point to that side, right? Switch means point to the other side.
Yeah.
You don't give me this, huh? You also don't give me this. There is no such thing, huh? Switch means left to right, right to left. Let's go switch. Understand? Switch the sign, not switch the number. So how do you represent x smaller than negative 5? Okay, now you draw a number line. Okay, you have a number line already, right? Why you only show me the positive side?
Because I tried to do this question, but then I realized I cannot do.
You can. You only show. You show all the positive side, right? Then this side is for what? By the way, did you use a ruler here?
No.
Okay, I'm fine with your positive side. From now on, you better use a ruler for the negative side. So I should see until negative 5. I think there was a mistake here. From 0 to negative 1, this is 1 cm. You know how to use the ruler or not? Just park the 0 against the 0, then the 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way lah. Why go and make life difficult for yourself? What, 1.5, 2.5? Are you okay or not? The ruler is already with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't go and try to do funny thing. Choose the in between. Okay, I don't need you to do that. You need to redo that thing. Where's the 0? Do you want to put a 0 here?
No.
Where you want to put a 0? Okay, you choose 6, okay? You see? Your decision making is so bad. Why I say your decision making is so bad? You look at your scale. You choose 0.5. Can you see you squeeze all numbers together? Can you see you squeeze all numbers together or not? I don't need you to use that. You put that away. I don't need that. And by the way, when you do sketch, when you draw, you don't use your pen. Well, I emphasize once again. When you draw, you use pencil. You clearly can see once you choose 0.5, every number is squeezed together. I can't even read what's negative 2. This one is what? You know, negative 3, negative, I think. And then the other one, the 2 is, I think maybe like the negative is on top. Okay, I see this as a 2 with a slash on above. Who teach you to do it this way? Huh? Are you drawing art or not? Are you drawing art?
No.
Then how come the minus sign is on top, left, right? Where are you supposed to put the negative sign? Where you're supposed to put the negative sign?
Beside.
Beside what?
The number.
Beside the number. How come I see it on top? How come I see it at the back?
On top. This one is for 1.
But I see it above 2. I see it above 2. That's how I look at it. You can ask your brother or you can ask my father. Okay, if I ask my father to come out and ask where the negative sign is. If my father says the negative sign is on top of the 2, that means you're wrong. You better draw a better one. Did I show you did I show you how? Okay, number 1. I asked you to put the square where? You remind me of the square. Where do you put the square?
The bottom.
Bottom, Square leh. Where do you put the square? Y square.
Oh.
Give me y square.
Eh.
That is y. This is y square. Y2. you label the scale where you put the numbers. You look at my number line. Where I put all the numbers. Below. You put where? Above. First mistake. Second, I space out all my numbers. 自己看. I space out all my numbers distinctly. Okay? Like you say, -2 is beside the number, right? Did I write my -1? Did I write my -1, the negative sign for the 1 on top of the 2?
No.
But look at yours. Give me another number line here. And when you draw, pencil. You don't try to pick funny scale for me, okay? The scale should be on top of you.
Below, but there's literally no space.
You say no space, ah? Did you say no space?
Yeah.
Did you say no space?
Yeah, because I have to use the ruler and then mark it out first.
Can you just mark it out first and then write it below? You know why you need to write it below? You can look at your graph. All numbers are below, not above. You need to be consistent. Not sometimes up, sometimes below. Consistency is important. Oh. It's like you come to my house at 11:30. You don't come at 11:45. Then tomorrow next time you come at 11. Or maybe sometimes you come at 10. I should try change the timing every single weekend. I see how you feel. Next week come 9. Then next week come 9:30. Then next week come 12. Hey, no, next week Saturday, no Saturday, Sunday. Consistency is important. 11 means 11. 11:30 means 11:30. That's all. Saturday means Saturday. Okay, good. Now you need to label x smaller than -5. Smaller. Ask yourself the question, smaller. You see, okay, I know why you make mistake already. I know why you keep making mistake already. No. Okay, you let me keep this for this lesson, okay? You go back and then you don't use this in my lesson, okay? No need. I know why you keep making mistakes like this already. No need, you just erase that the answer came already. -5 and smaller. How? Stop using pencil. During my lesson, pencil all the way. Unless I ask you to use other. Why to the left?
Because it's smaller.
Very good. Okay? If you don't know smaller or bigger, it's very easy. You look where your line start and where my line start. Where my line start?
-3.
The line start at The line start at -3. Where your line start?
-7.
No, this one is stop. I say start. You don't even know where it start and where it ends. Just now how you draw this thing? From where to where? Which direction to which direction? So this arrow. Where you start?
From right to left.
Right to left, right? So where is your starting point?
Here.
Just now you say what?
Right to left.
From right to left, right?
Yeah.
Where you start? Right or left?
Right.
Right. Point it. see a gap. This gap is for who to fill up. The gap is for you, for who to fill up. Why I need to see a gap? Do you see a gap over there?
No.
Then, by the way, where you start this line?
This line.
This.
Here.
What number is that?
-5.
Where you end?
-7.
Correct. How come just now I ask you where you start? You say -7.
I thought you said start the line.
This is called the line. This is called the number line. You understand which line I'm referring to? You don't tell me this line. You don't tell me this line. When I say line means this line. If I say line means this is the number line. You don't even know the terms. And by the way, you leave a gap for me for what? Why you leave a gap just now? Why you leave a gap? 为什么? Did I leave a gap or not?
No.
Then? Why you create your own stuff? 为什么? Now, time for you to do this. And get the inequality and represent it on the number line. So you solve this first. You better follow all instructions. Numbers are below means below. The number line. Huh? Number line is number line. Line is line. Please be gentle. The harder you write, it doesn't help. It doesn't help.
Because I'm thinking.
Not thinking, you're talking about 2 plus 2x, then what bigger than 9? So you need to get until x. So what you need to do? Bring it over. You cannot arrow first. You need to bring things over first. Nonsense. Look at this. How do you do this question? Divide ah?
No.
Then?
Put the 2 plus 2
Exactly. Underline, similar term. Bring it over. Same thing. Now it's just bigger sign only. When you use the arrow divide or times is when you finally have something x equals to something.
How do you know if this one is bigger than this one or not?
Who cares?
If you bring this over, then you don't know if this is bigger or not.
You asked the wrong question. I also don't know whether you understand or not. The question you asked already tells me you don't understand. Bring over. 2, bring over, change sign, -2. What do you mean by bigger, smaller? What do you mean by bigger, smaller? I don't understand you. I totally don't understand you. What we learned so far, okay, is Okay, I see a 2 here, I see a 9 over there. If I bring over the 2, okay, my 2 bring over the sign must be -2. Change sign. That's all. Whatever I never move, copy down. When you change the sign, what's the rule?
When there is a negative sign.
Huh? How come your first rule and the second rule is different one? Ask what is the rule? What rule you apply for the first one?
If there's a negative sign, then it must divide by.
Wrong. The rule never start with when there is a negative sign. What is the rule? What did you say just now? When you switch the sign.
When there's a negative.
No, you don't start with that. That's not the rule. That's your rule. What's the rule?
When times or divide a negative sign.
Times or divide by a negative sign? You times or divide by a negative sign? Sounds so wrong.
Negative number.
You see? So how many attempts you need to get it right? Started with when there is a negative sign. Second attempt, times or divide by a negative sign. Third attempt, times or divide by a negative number. Only the third attempt you are right. I ask you what's the rule? It's your third statement. When you times or divide by a negative number. The rest, nonsense. Why? Why give me nonsense? First attempt and second attempt. Where's your consistency? I asked you for the first question, part 1. You quickly told me, oh, because you divide or times a negative number. That's why you switch the sign. And then suddenly come to this question and you start to tell me when there is a negative sign. Oh, okay. When times or divide by a negative sign. Oh, okay. Times or divide by a negative number. Where's your consistency? Where's your consistency? So what is the rule? There's only one rule. What's the rule?
When times or divide by a negative number.
Exactly. On both sides. Not negative sign. Not times or divide by negative sign. Times or divide by a negative number on both sides. If you need to organize your thought, take some time. When I ask you for a question, if I ask you a question, you don't have to answer me like in a minute, in 1 second. No. You can organize your thoughts first, give yourself 5 seconds, then answer. You don't just speak impulsively. And you don't have to reply instantly. Gather your thoughts. Think, what's the rule? Okay? So for this question, when you care about the sign, is when you already get something x equals to something. Then you care about the sign. Okay? Other than that, you don't care about the sign first. You care about move things over. So what do you get? X bigger than 3 by 5. Okay, by the way, did you change the sign?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not a negative number.
Correct. Yep, it should be in between. But
no.
It should be in between, but not the negative part. Yes. You shouldn't be on the negative part. You should be on the positive part because it's 3 by 5. So you need to open your eyes. Why hollow?
It was not equal.
Very good. Because there is no equal. Bigger or smaller, left or right? That's the question you ask yourself. Bigger. Very good. That's how you represent. Okay? So for inequality, you need to remember the rule when to switch the sign. Is when you times or divide by a negative number on both sides. Then you switch the sign. Other than that, don't care. Okay? And when you represent the inequality on a number line, you start with the question, okay, hollow or solid circle, right? Okay, solid circle means equal sign is included. Okay, hollow means no equal sign. Okay, bigger or smaller, left or right. That's how you answer yourself. That's the thought process. Okay, so I hope with this you should be able to do inequality next time. Okay, without mistakes. That's my expectation. We talked about this before. That's why you partially remember the rule. Okay? We talked about this before. That's why you partially remember the rule. Still not perfect. I give you one more chance. Today is 27 August. So September onward, you better know how to do inequality without mistakes. Okay? Because we can't be doing the same thing again and again and you make mistakes again and again. Okay? There's no progress. Okay, good. Next. Okay, question. Okay, what? The other question?
No more.
But no more ah? No more on this page or no more for the entire paper?
No more, I don't know.
Wow. Okay. Looks good. Okay, good. So let me go to the last page, which is chapter 2. Okay. Let's start with 15. Can I take a look? Page 15 and hopefully you have done it. 你好像 you short change me You short change me. Meaning there are supposed to be 2 papers and you only have paper 1.
No, I have both.
Oh, okay. Oh, you did not print out, is it, or what?
I don't know, my mom just gave me an idea.
So only paper 1 lah.
No. Paper 2 at the back, I think.
Did you arrange them nicely? Oh, okay, you did not arrange them in order, that's why kind of like. Okay? In order means, okay, so that means you put paper 2 first, is it? Oh, okay, good, you put paper 2 first, okay. Okay, so I'm supposed to look at 为什么没有这个的 question 8 Okay, never mind, maybe arrange wrongly or 没有 question 8 don't know why 没有 question 8 Never mind, so I assume that there was no question 8, okay? Okay, do it now then. Do it now. Get yourself a paper, blank page. This one is your mom print out for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I will check on my side whether did I give the entire paper or not. Okay, just zoom in. Okay, you do part ABC first. Can see or not?
No.
Still cannot see ah?
No.
Can see? Well, I'm looking at your other questions. Do you have a red pen?
No.
You don't ask me for the formula of trapezium, huh? There
I
is
know
no
how to
formula, huh?
calculate.
Good. Okay, so over here you are learning the approach. Okay, you are learning the approach, not so much about the answer. Okay, so let's talk about the approach to do this question. Okay, for trapezium, so like I say, there is no fixed formula. Okay, but the strategy I like to do for trapezium is I like to split it into two triangles. Okay, so this is my triangle 1, this is my triangle 2. So my job is to find out the area of triangle 1, then plus the area of triangle 2. That's how I get my area of this trapezium. Does it make sense? Did you do it this way?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So if you split it correctly, it should be 1 here and then 2 here. And then for the 2 is pretty simple, it's base, it's half.
The other way.
This way? Okay, also fine. Okay, let me just do it your way. So you split this way. So what I see is, I see the base is, so okay, let's call this 2, let's call this 1. So your triangle 2 is half times base, which is half times base is 0.5, right? So what's the height?
Half times 0.75.
Half times 0.5 times 0.75.
0.75.
Okay, so you just use your calculator. That's the area of 2. Never mind. Okay, the next area of triangle 1, which is this one, the base is actually 1.5, right? So it's half times 1.5. What's the height?
0.75.
Exactly. Okay, so it's both the height is the same. Okay, so in a way you just get this and you get this, and then you just plus them, and then you will get the area of the trapezium. That's 1 mark. That's why it's only 1 mark. Okay, not very difficult. Okay, next, find the total surface area of the container. I think this one is also quite easy. Why? Because what's the strategy for total surface area of the container? What's the strategy?
Find all sides.
Find all the sides, or find all the surfaces, right? So the strategy, okay, please remember the strategy should be this. Okay, the strategy should be front and back, and then left and right, and then top and base. Alright, so this is called the strategy. Okay, so what you need to do is you just need to find the front and you times 2. That is the front and back. Okay, the front you already, I think for the front, right, is already found because the area of trapezium is the front, right, and the back is the same thing, right? So can you tell me what is the area of trapezium?
Area of trapezium.
Which is part A.
0.7495.
0.7495, right? Okay, good. So this is this is m square. So you have 2 of them, right? Because front and back, right? So you times 2. Okay. Then now left and right. Okay, the left one. What do you see for the left one? This one. What do you think? Is it a trapezium, or is it a rectangle, or is it a
Rectangle.
Okay, rectangle. So which one is the base? Which one is the length? Which one is the breadth?
0.8 is the length, and then
This one is probably is the breadth. You can consider it is a breadth, right? Then the length should be here, right? So is the length over there.
2.2.
Very good. So what you need to do is just 2.2 times your 0.8, then you times 2 because you have left and right. Okay. Then top and base. Okay. In this case, I think the top and the base, they are different. Okay. Okay. I consider this one is my top. The top. This one is considered is the base, right? So I think the base is super easy because the base is just 0.5 times 2.2, right? So this is a plus. So the top is also very simple, 1.5 times the 2.2. So after that, what you need to do, add these 3 up. That will be the total surface area of the container. Does it make sense? Okay, and then I need to caution you. They say it's a closed container. You know what the meaning of closed?
It means it is closed. There's no hole inside.
There is no hole. That means basically you need to consider the top also. What if they say open?
You don't need to consider the top.
Correct. So if it's open, right, what it means is like that means there is no top surface. Okay, so this is something I want to caution you. So you better follow this strategy. Okay, the strategy is find out the front and back. They are the same times 2. Left and right. Take left times 2. Top and base over here they are different, so you have to do it separately.
Okay.
Then after that you just add them up. So now total volume of the container. Do you still remember the name for this figure? There was a name for this figure.
Prism.
Yes, prism. So what's the volume formula for prism? V of prism.
Base times length.
Base type actually is base area.
Base area times length.
Actually it's the height. Okay?
No, but height is a part of the base area.
Oh, that one I cannot agree with you first. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is when you have the formula, right, you don't challenge the formula. You should challenge your thought. Okay? So for the volume of prism, so which one is the base in this case? So since the volume of prism, yep, okay, very good. So it's base area times the height, okay? So the formula is base area times height. You don't go and use your own term, okay? Don't use your own term. It's base area times height, not base times length. No, it's base area times height. So in this case, just now you said is trapezium area times the height, right? Right? And by the way, this height is the height of the prism, not height of the trapezium. This height, this h here is the height of the entire figure. So the trapezium area is given by your part 1, right? Which is 0.7495, right? So what's the height in this case? The height of the figure.
The height of the figure is 2.2.
Yeah, it's 2.2. The reason is because you cut it this way. Because only when you cut it this way, you always get a when you cut it this way, right? You always get a trapezium. Yeah, you get the uniform layers of trapezium, right? Yeah, that's why this one is considered the height. Okay, so that's why 2.2. So in a way, if you just use your calculator, then you just then you can get the answer. Over here, I don't care about the answer. I care about the approach. Okay. Now, with this part ABC, now they say what? Now they say, hey, the container is filled entirely with Milo drink. That means you pour Milo drink into that container. And then now, this Mr. Tan need to buy paper cup for this event. So Milo drink in the trapezium container, prism. And then now, need to buy paper cup. And the paper cup is this size. Okay, the paper cup is this size. Okay, and then they say, each cup can be modeled by this thing. And each cup can only be filled up to 80% to avoid spillage. So how many number of paper cup you need to buy? Continue.
Is that D?
Yep. D. Yep. Can you read the question? I will leave it to you. Yeah. So all this Milo must pour into the paper cup lah. Huh? So in a way you need to find the volume of this paper cup, which is a cylinder. But the paper cup only can take 80%. So you must take the volume 80% of this.
100 times 80.
Yeah. So you need to. Yeah.
The area of a circle is 5 times R times R, right? So can you give me the paper?
Which paper?
This one.
For what?
The front got write something.
Volume of something?
No.
Generally, either you use the pi from your calculator or 3.142. So usually I just take pi. So how many paper cup?
Did they say how many Milo there is?
The Milo is the container volume already.
Oh,
The question asks you to calculate the minimum number of paper cup.
wait, so the volume is the 1.6489?
You are talking about the volume of the container, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, so basically you have this 1.6489
6489.
of Milo, and then you need to divide by 80% of this.
Okay.
Then that will give you the number of paper cup. And by the way, this one is cm, that one is m. So conversion is needed. If not, you will get 0. Number of paper cup. That doesn't make sense. So next time when you see something weird, then you need to check. And by the way, you should be very careful about this unit conversion thing.
Did they say how much must round up?
No, it's not about round up or round down. In order to contain all of them, you need more or you need less. That's the question you ask yourself. Let's say I have
Okay, yeah, but
let's say I have
I
0.1. Let's say I have 0.1 left. Let's say I have 0.1 liter left. Okay? The 0.1 liter, you need another cup for it, right? If not, you will throw away, right?
Yeah, but it's in pipe.
什么?
The answer is in pipe.
Did they want it to be in pine?
No, but they also didn't say if it should round up or round down.
There was no
Or
round up,
nothing
round
to
up.
it.
The question you ask yourself is, if I got 2.2222222, the question I ask myself is, the 0.2 is for what?
Okay, but have to find the paper cup.
Okay, you stop your nonsense first. What is the 80% of this thing? You have already found the answer. Why you still need to press your calculator? What is 80% of this volume?
1.6489.
80% of this. 80% of the paper cup.
Means
Why you are still calculating? I asked you to calculate, right? I asked you to calculate. What's this number? Volume of the container?
1.6489.
Yes. When I ask you for 80% of this, why you keep telling me it's 1.6 something? You're not answering my question. I asked you for 80% of this. And you told me 1.6. What is 1.6 something? 1.6 something is what?
It's how much Milo there is.
I asked you for 80% of this, right?
Yeah.
And why you are still calculating? While you are supposed to have the answer already.
80.
80% of this thing.
Yeah. It's 80.
80% of this is 80?
Yeah.
Or number of cup is 80? You listen to my question.
165.
80% of this. Your answer is?
165.
How do you get that?
205.
No, you show me your working. 为什么你没有 working? Then all your time is spent on what? I asked you to get the 80% of this, and then now I ask you for 80% of it, and you are still calculating. So just now you are doing what?
Trying to find like round up or round down for 5.
I don't understand why you need round up or round down. I asked you what is 80% of this only. Why you answer me round up, round down? You don't ask yourself when you do 80% of this. You don't ask yourself whether you round up or round down. There is no need to round up or round down. Or is there a need? Is there a need to round up or round down? 80%
No.
of this. Why you need to care about round up or round down?
Because it's in pi.
So basically you get some pi, right?
Yeah.
How many pi is that?
165.
160 pi, right? Now your job is to
Find how many cups can.
Okay, so what is the next step?
164.89 divided by 165.
Okay, by the way, did you convert correctly or not? From meter cube to cm cube, what is the conversion? Just want to double check. What is the conversion? Times what?
Times 100.
100 ah?
Yeah, meter to cm.
Cube! We are talking about cube here. Times how much? Times how much?
1000.
Chop.
10,000.
How many zero?
4.
Chop. You write it down. Meter to centimeter. You times what?
100.
Write it down. Meter square to cm square.
Times 100 square.
Yes. No, stop. You write down 100 square first. You write down 100 square first. 100 square first. Now it's 10,000, right? But what we need to convert in this case? Meter cube to cm cube.
Oh.
We are talking about volume here. So the conversion should be stop using the calculator. What's the conversion?
Times 100 cube.
Correct. You better memorize all this. Okay. By the way, it's very intuitive. Okay. 100 is without the square. If I need to convert meter square to cm square, it's 100 square. If I need to convert cube, it's 100 cube. So times what? How many zero? 100 cube. How many zero? What they give you?
60.
Exactly. So when you do conversion for cube, you times 1 and then 60, which is 1 million. So can I ask you what divided by what now? What divided by what now?
164,890 divided by 165.
Correct. So what's the answer?
I'm still calculating. .3280.382321.
I want what point what? Point what?
382321.
0.38, right? So that means you need. So in this case, do you round up or round down?
Round up.
Why?
Because must find the max or round down. Okay. Round up so that all of the Milo can have like 1 cup.
Correct. Because you have 0.3, you ask yourself, 0.3 means what? I need another 0.3 cup, right? 0.3 cup is, can you buy 0.3 cup or not?
No.
So you need to buy 1 more cup, right? Oh. And by the way, this question is not about round up or round down. You understand or not? What are you doing now? What are you doing now?
Finding the remainder.
Why do you need to find remainder? Do I care about remainder? Do we care about remainder? If you have 33.3, so that means 33 cup and 1/3 cup, right? Do I care? This question is not about round up or round down. As long as I have something left, I need to what?
Round up.
33 cup plus
1.
1 more to make sure that everything is poured into a cup. This question is not about round up or round down. No. If I give you 77.1, what do you get?
78.
为什么?
Because plus 1, because there is like that 0.1 amount
Yeah.
of Milo left.
Yeah. That one I need 1 cup to settle it, right? Regardless whether that cup are only 10% filled or 20% filled or 90%, I don't care. I need 1 more cup to contain that little bit. You don't have to continue to find all the nonsense. Waste of time. Alright? So you better remember the conversion over there. Square and cube. You don't look at square and then you go and do cube. You don't look at cube and you go to square. That's always your case. Square means what? What is square? To the power of
2.
cube?
3.
Exactly. Read the question. Cube 3 to the power of 3. Square to the power of 2. Okay? Where do you put the 2? Where do you put the 3?
Top.
Yeah. If we talk about square and cube, it's top right. If I just want to have x2, where do you put 2?
Right bottom.
Exactly. Okay? They matter. Okay? We take a brief break.